حياكم الله مرة ثانية من تيجر 5. كم نقول بسم الله. اوبس اليد طافية. حلو، امطرة تجمع مو قادر يجي. يب اختفى. اكيد اللي بسوي هيدي كوجيما مو بلازم تقولي 5 مرات ورا بعض. حلو جماعة جاء.
The name's Ocelot. Big boss. You know who I am. A certain man gave me a job to do. Two, actually. First was to get you out of that hospital.
حلو هذه انتهينا منها.
Was to rescue the man himself. You remember? Your partner 9 years ago.
كازاريو ميلر.
9 years back, your private army came under attack by Cypher. You were considered dead. Until today, that is, when Cypher found you. And it's not just them. The whole world wants you dead.
يا ساتر. بعد المستشفى اتوقع انهم يمكن كانوا يسامحوني شوي.
Build that private army of yours one more time. It's your only chance.
يلا يا اوسلوت.
First we need to save Miller. He's in Afghanistan. Afghanistan.
يلا خلينا نروح لما افغانستان.
What, you can't keep up with world affairs in a coma? 4 years ago, the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. The Muslims are fighting back with Western support. Miller was training Mujahideen rebels when he was captured by the Soviets. The Reds' 40th Army. Troop strength somewhere around 100,000.
Yikes.
Squad holding Miller set off near the Pakistan border yesterday. Now in 3 days, they'll reach the Soviet garrison. They'll be interrogated for a few more days, and it's off to a lager. Or left to rot in a ditch on Afghan soil.
لازم نروح ننقذ كاز.
I give him 2 weeks. The job didn't mean anything to Miller. He only took it on to keep you safe.
الله نذيبان ميلر.
Well, there's our ride. It's a whaling ship. Had a pretty good deal on her once the IWC started raising a stink. Now 7 days to Port Qasim, another 3 overland. So we won't have much time once we're there. Don't take too long getting used to your new self. Hang on.
Yep. Art director Yoji Ernst. صح. directed by هيديو كوجيما. المفروض كل الاسامي تصير هيديو كوجيما. الشخصيات كلهم يصيرون كوجيما. هذا الحين ياخذ اليد الآلية الحمراء هذيك حقت اللي كانت طلعت بيس واكر اللي من زدورناف. تاخذ يده. Chapter 1 Revenge. نزل من السفينة، أخذنا السفينة الثانية. اوتش. ياب جاب له اليد الحديدية. وها يا أهم شيء. الحين مهمتنا الحين ننقذ كازريو ميلر. Reward music tape, the man of fire, assault briefing. Emblem, report, vehicles can now be customized. الحين بطريق خلنا نسمع اسد شو بيقول لنا. لو اللودنج يستعجل علي. Episode 1 Phantom Limbs. This is Chapter 1 Episode 1. قلبنا ياكوزا هنا. North Cuba, Afghanistan.
The area ahead is under total Soviet control.
Okay.
Miller's been captive for 10 days.
شلون عايش للحين؟
Weather will clear shortly.
Storm's passing.
اشوف الماس هناك على الزاوية فوق على اليمين، شوفونه؟ مويه. ريفولفر شرشاسكا اوسيلوت.
Getting used to it?
يعني
on ice. Solo infiltration of the Soviet main ground forces. Should be the perfect one.
يب اعطاني ايدرويد. حلو.
Kazuhira Miller is being held in Dawandehar to the north. Check its location now. Take out your iDroid.
حلو.
You see Wandi on the map? That's where they're keeping Miller. Only problem is we don't know his exact location. Finding it is your first priority.
حلو.
Marker placed.
Got your binoculars? Or should I say, in scope? See the village? Straight ahead?
Hey.
Alright, that's the village. If you see something through the binoculars and you need more information, just give me a call. I'll tell you anything I can about it.
ممتاز.
That's Violo village. The Violo Calais. The villagers fled the war and evacuated a while back. Since then, it's become a base for the Soviets' 40th Army. A few days ago, Miller was taken through there, en route towards Dawandehar. You may be able to pick up the trail there. It's worth a shot. Put a marker on it so you don't lose track of where it is.
طيب.
Wrong target, boss.
Use your binoculars to focus in on Davialo Calais village and mark it.
Marker removed.
Wrong target, boss. Use your binoculars to focus in on Davialo Calais village and mark it.
Marker removed.
كذا.
Good. Now you won't have to worry about getting lost along the way.
حلو عارف أنا.
You can't have much left in him. I give him 3 days tops. If we fail and he dies, we we lose our chance of revenge. But we need more intel.
No go.
If you just go charging into Doandehar, you'll be putting both your lives at risk. See what you can find out first. The Soviets have
Hello.
other outposts, not just the one you saw. Afghanistan is a big place.
القسم.
I expect you'll become quite familiar with those binoculars as you plan your next move.
No go.
How and where you make it, well, that's up to you. From here on out, you're on your own.
No go. كده.
You're a legend in the
Ah.
eyes of those who live on the battlefield. That's why you have to handle this mission yourself.
No go.
Put those 9 years behind you and return as Big Boss. That's how Koss would want it. I'll be sending additional intel by radio. Stay
Okay.
sharp.
No go.
Not
الحين.
one of Miller's
Ah.
bodyguards survived. But they were good. All we found on the scene were their corpses and knees.
نظاراته.
You'll be missing them. And you're his only hope of getting them back.
يعني على الدعاية كل شيء يعطيك اياه شو اسمه. نظارات كذا تسوي مع اصلا الحين سووا مع نظارات كاز. No go.
Now go!
الحين قالها.
Let the legend come back to life.
يلا بدينا الحين. بس قبل ما نبدا نبي ننزل ونبي نروح هنا ورا ونختفي
A
أوسلت.
little more practice in those ruins. Shooting, taking cover, climbing obstacles. See to it that 9-year gap doesn't slow you down.
في شيء هنا فوق شو باخذه. شوفوا. اصبر. يس. حلو. كله فل. خذ نباتات.
That's a type of medicinal plant. Bring it back to base. It's sure to be useful sometime.
انا متأكد اني شفت دايموند هنا يوم احنا جايين.
Even the sheerest cliffs are climbable if there are cracks you can use as handholds. You might even find some unexpected routes that way. Keep an eye out for cracks on your travels.
هذه دايموند. ممتاز. يلا يدي هورس. ممتاز. يلا. علاج اكس كان شاك تركض. يلا. غريب ولا ما يركض. يعني يضغط الجير اضغط الثري انا بس انه ما يركض.
Marker removed.
حلو. ممتاز.
It's up to you whether to slip by enemies or take them down. Just remember that any situation can change fast. Familiarize yourself with your weapons and items while you can. You need to be able to switch between them quickly to meet any threat.
حلو. همشي الحين لا اصبر.
Hold it. There's a Soviet guard post. They're bound to be guards. Take a look with your binoculars. Put the enemy in the center of your field of view.
ما في شيء هنا. لقينا واحد.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
دايموند.
That's a rough diamond. Those materials are already processed. They should come in handy sooner or later. Why not start gathering them?
ولا يهمك. اتوقع الماتيريالز اللي زي النار وهذول اصلا عندي. انا قاعد لان عندي قاعدتي بالاونلاين ظل عندي 2.
Sight, sound, keep all your enemy senses in mind. When you're near an enemy, stay low and move slowly. Hiding on horseback allows you to stay out of sight even while on the move. It's effective for avoiding enemy guard posts and long-range reconnaissance patrols.
ممتاز ما في حد ثاني. لا جد وان. تعال انقلع.
Guard post captured.
Don't leave bodies out in the open. Find some place to drop them out of sight.
في هنا دايموند؟ لا. يلا دي هورس امشي خل نروح. لازم اروح هناك بس هو قال لو تروح هنا في هناك انت.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
الا معي فلوس كثير
You're
فالوضع
almost at the
بالتمام.
enemy outpost, Violo Village. The
ما
village is
بكثار.
crawling with enemy soldiers. Don't just go waltzing in. Start with some recon. Is there anywhere that overlooks the village?
في هذا البيت اللي هنا بس هل يمدينا نرقاه؟ نو ما يمدينا نرقاه.
That's a focal point of the enemy's defenses. I'd avoid the direct approach if I were you. It's the Soviet flag, the hammer and sickle, the workers and the peasants. Just a hollow symbol in a place like this.
ما تصدق بعد هذه أصلت. بدنا شفت أكثر ناس اللي مثلا فويس أكتنج زي ترو بيكر يشوف يمثل دور أسلت. أنا شلت هم شوي بس لما سمعت صوت قلت لا يعني ضبط الشخصية شوي. بس من أكثر الأشياء اللي شفتها هنا بعد شيء من ناحية فانتوم بين السلبيات إنه بعض الشخصيات يعني ما استخدموهم كاملين. يعني بيج بوس ما تسمعه كثير يتكلم. أوسلوت ما جابوه كثير. عطى أوسلوت أصبر. خلنا نسمع الكاسيت تيبس عن بالحين خاصة مهمة. وش ذولي؟ The Man on Fire.
Snake, I wanted to ask you about the man on fire. What do you remember from the hospital? Anything we can use? Well, he took off the moment the sprinklers started up. Sprinklers? The fire system? And when he got sprayed with water from the burst pipe, it slowed him down. When we escaped on horseback, he wouldn't cross the river either. And then it started to rain. And he disappeared.
أتوقع إنه واضح يعني إيش
Water
نقطة
against
ضعفه.
fire. Is it that simple? I
إيه.
mean, it makes sense. It's just hard to believe it would work on a guy like that.
ما صادق بهذه. أصبر. خلنا نسمع الكاسيت تيب. خلنا ندور بريتش.
You were hospitalized in Dikelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You
Hello.
can move from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain. Why Dikelia? The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cyprus...
There should be a command post somewhere. See any buildings with tighter security? If
Hey,
there's
let's go.
clues to Miller's whereabouts, I'll bet you can find them in there.
أوسلت قاعد يقطع نفسه.
You were a regular Geppetto. Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who let... Look for you was inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
ساتر.
He said I was in a British military hospital. But the doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Kelly is also home to Greek Cypriots, after all.
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
Not yet. The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from resolved. The country is just as split as
أكثر
it was
قسم
in
كيف راح
74.
تصير زي كذا.
Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south. Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
And Decalia sits right on top of it.
It does. Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it was the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how do things stand?
Now, last year, the Turks declared that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is an independent state, though it's only Turkey that recognizes it. In the past, the Greeks and Turks lived side by side in the same villages. There are reasons to fight. Those came from the outside. Greece, Turkey, Britain, America, they all have their own stake in pitting the two sides against each other. But once you spark something like this, it's impossible to control. Both sides build up grudges like death, without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames, and then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy. The world is paralyzed by this hunger for revenge. Cyprus is no different.
اسمع صوت كانوا من الشارع.
You're up.
We're changing ships.
We can't go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez Canal. When did they reopen it?
Not long after you were attacked. Once they finished sweeping it for mines after the Arab-Israeli conflict. Can you stand? We're going to transfer to a container ship for passage through the Suez. Our destination is Pakistan, Afghanistan's neighbor to the south. There we disembark and head via Peshawar to the Zero Line, the border. We'll travel to the pass by road.
And then?
Continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main road.
دقيقة. نشوف المعلومات.
So you picked up an intel file.
Extraction.
Now we know where Miller
arrived at
is.
Mossam
I'm marking it on your iDroid.
The map has been
اوبس
updated.
جاء الليل ها. يلا كمل.
Under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths through the mountains. They'll do better on horseback. It's a local guerrilla tactic. They use the higher ridges to avoid air recons. Then they charge down the mountains for ambushes. The Soviets still haven't devised a counter-strategy. Our time frame is only half as much as we really need. It'll be a tough march.
Better horses than boats.
Well, it'll make for good physiotherapy. Take the time to get used to that new arm.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because the United States has made no attempt to guarantee the safety of the Soviet Union's athletes, the United States is increasingly demonstrating the belief that the issue has nothing to do with its preparations, and in fact this is retaliation for the Western nations' boycott of the previous Moscow Olympics. That concludes today's news.
That's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics.
Planning to walk the whole wilderness on foot? Use your horse.
Calling it revenge for the Western boycott of the Moscow Olympics.
Countries boycotted the Moscow Olympics.
Yes. In protest of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. Over 50 countries were absent. It's too bad I didn't get to see Yamashita's judo. When the 40th Army crossed the Amu River 4 years ago, détente went right out the window. The U.S. Congress chose not to ratify SALT II, and Reagan's hardline politics won in the presidency in a landslide. According to him, the Soviet Union's an evil empire.
The Second Cold War.
And there's been no end to regional conflicts and civil wars. Lebanon, the Falklands, Grenada, Iran, Iraq. The story never changes. Egypt and Israel did sign a peace treaty. But then the driving force on the Egyptian side...
Anytime you need advice, just give me a call.
...needed afterward. Apparently, his actions were considered a betrayal of his fellow Arabs.
Islamic extremists?
Yes. Fundamentalist extremists have been responsible for some bold acts of terrorism in recent years.
We've had extremist students in Iran take U.S. embassy workers hostage, and suicide bombings in Lebanon. Over 300 foreign soldiers stationed there have been killed.
The countries have yet to develop an effective means of dealing with terrorism. Afraid of losing their own men, they pulled their forces out, handing private forces a golden opportunity.
Private forces?
Small armies
It's an enemy guard post.
working for the...
Watch yourself.
That's right, they got the idea from you. After Mother Base went down, they began spreading to meet the soaring demand. Miller's organization is just one of many PFs now. The entire world is after you. But at the same time, it needs you too. Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but...
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess, huh? All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now. But this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men. Basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start a business where you would fight on behalf of others around the world, those who needed military force. But the reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client. It was a huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica.
يبغى يتكلم عن Peace Walker.
In an offshore facility in the Caribbean.
يب هذه Peace Walker.
That would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons, more money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. It got so the international community couldn't afford to ignore you. You were just too damn successful for your own good. You, your men, had worn out your welcome. Everyone was out for you. East, West, First World, Third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF. Officially, they're an anti-terror unit under the CIA. In reality, they're Cypher's private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolutionary kid, and Paz, a mole who worked for Cypher as bait.
Yep.
While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base.
ويذكر المأساة اللي صارت في Ground Zeroes.
Before they placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down in minutes. XOF. Kisses and hugs followed by a big F you. All because of Miller's blind spot. A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist?
Huey.
Huey was responsible for bringing the inspection team.
You've reached one day. They've got Miller locked up in that town. Check your iDroid for his location. I hope to hell he's all right. He's not your average client.
مرة ثانية يا أسرة لا تقاطع نفسك وأنا قاعد أسمعك.
And out on assignment, returned right away. Those of your men, you go in at half, giving the enemy responsible for bringing. You remember a certain scientist?
يب وقفنا هنا.
Huey was responsible for bringing the inspection team on board, giving the enemy a perfect opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close to taking you with it into the Caribbean. Those of your men out on assignment returned right away. They refused to believe the wreckage in the water they found was Mother Base. But they checked the coordinates again and again until reality finally settled in.
ساكين.
You were supposed to die that day. That was XOF's primary objective.
سنة
As
مفشلة.
most folks know, you did. The first doctor to see you wasn't even sure what he was looking at. Before
before they'd even finished operating, your men moved you to that hospital in Cyprus. It was a woman named Eva who arranged that.
Eva.
Rings a bell, hmm? Most men in your condition would have been written off right from the start. But you survived. You went straight down to hell, and they pulled you out. Your eye wide open. Full of venom. The days of naked Snake are long gone. Welcome back.
Venom Snake.
Venom Snake. This world still needs you. Here, Snake, try this on. A prosthetic arm. Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit. There. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think? I can still feel my real arm. Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain? Every now and then. Where? My fingertips. My left fingertips. Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand. Yeah. What about your vision? Can you see okay? Yeah, at the moment. Now, the shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic nerve. I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your visual cortex. Yeah, the doctor mentioned that. Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words, you could have hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there, and not see things as they really are.
اها.
You experience any of that? I think so.
اجل هذا يشرح كل
Right
شيء.
after I wake up, colors look faded. Colors, huh? Well, that's not a major concern in and of itself, but it could mean the difference between light and death.
Guards the building, boss. That's where they're holding Miller.
All right. You should continue your physio. We'll be arriving soon.
اجل هذا يشرح كل شيء. فهمته. شوفين تو يقول خذ. ما عندي اي كست ثاني. هذا كله موسيقى. ميلر حب قلبي.
God. No more use for me, huh? God, it's me. I'm here to get you out. Snake. They do something to your eyes?
يبقى قلب أعمى.
No, it's just bright as well.
مسكين قطع يده ورجله. What took you so long?
We'll talk, but not here.
يلا يا ميلر. بسم الله.
Extraction arrived at Metabase.
You secured the target. I'll send the chopper to get you out. Make your way to the RV. You can check the location on your iDroid.
Mission info has been updated.
Yep.
You look well. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit. Not so heavy anymore, right? Magic words, boss. I've been waiting 9 years to hear them. Kept you waiting.
You know where you're headed, boss?
Come on.
If you place a marker on the map, you can keep track of where you want to go even when the map's closed.
بس شلون اخبرك كم بدك تقول له كبتي ويرينج ها. يلا ممتاز يلا. اصبر. يبي يتكلمون روسي بالراديو، تحتاج مترجم عشان يترجم لك. خبر اذا لو سألت واحد تسمع سولد يقول اقدر اترجمه لك بس ماني مترجمه ما ابي. بيكو هذا الحين ايش كان اسمه قديم؟ يلا يلا لين هنا. بعد الظاهر الحين يجونك سكال يونت. سكال يونت.
Boss, watch out. It's the skulls. Don't let them find us.
Support for extraction.
Whatever that mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the mist. Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
اوبس شافوني. اوبس يلا اركض ورا ما يركض الحصان. مربع ثرو اللي يركض قاعد ضغط ال3 بسرعة. واو كم رهيبين. بسرعة بسرعة بسرعة. القسم. يلا اللي جايك يا بيكواد. داري انا بس كنطلق. بسرعة بسرعة. لا مات ميلر.
Boss, the target's dead.
القسم داري. يلا يلا ما عليك نحاول مرة ثانية.
Whatever that mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the...
شافوني. يلا يلا درينا. افقع. اوكي بسرعة. مسكين ميلر. وش الخواريف دي اللي بالطريق؟ بسرعة يلا يا دي هورس. لا يموت ميلر. بسرعة. اوبس يلا يلا ندير. قاعد يس. طلعت.
That's the unit that attacked us before. They came at us real fast in the same kind of mist. Oh man, survivors from 9 years ago were wiped out. All right.
Mission
Put Miller in. Fix them. No mistake.
طيب انزل. يلا بسرعة 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 بسرعة. يلا. اوه الحمد لله. يلا بي كواد. هذا حصان.
Buddy departing the area of operations.
ممتاز.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
ايه اكيد اني ايش يعني بت ستارينج ريوردز كاسيت تيبس.
Headed for the Seychelles. That's where our new home is now. Hey,
هلا.
that was some operation we had, huh? 9 years ago. Carving out our own world. Making our own future. And they took it away.
راح نوريهم ان شاء الله.
I'm gonna rebuild it. Make a new place. Together. That we can call home.
راح نسميه اوتر هيفن.
Yeah, we were dogs, all right. Slinking around out of Cypher's sight. Digging up whatever kind of dirty money we could find. You name it. We did it. You see this?
Diamond Dogs.
Our new home. The phantom of our former selves. Triumph. Death. We weren't allowed either. Yeah. I remember it all.
تبع اذكره. يعني هذا كان تخزيني. كان تعبي كله فوب راح. لازم يورونك.
Played us like a damn fiddle!
Help me, Snake. Chico.
It all ends soon, exactly as I've planned.
بوش.
Give my regards to your boss when you get home.
اخذك سكول فيس. وبعدين شيء اللي شفته بمتل 5 نرجع الى انتقاد شوي يعني بس متل 5 باشياء زينه كثيره. العالم المفتوح، الرسم، الجيم بلاي، بس من الاشياء نزلت عند بعض الشخصيات زي من الشخصيات اللي مرة ما تطور كان سكول فيس.
Every night, I can feel my leg, my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost, the comrades I've lost, won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you? I'm the one who got caught up with Cypher. A group above nations, even the US. And I was the parasite below, feeding off Zero's power.
ارتاح، اركض اركض.
They came after you in Cyprus. In Afghanistan.
اوه
Cypher just keeps growing. Swallowing everything in its path. Getting bigger and bigger.
ما عليك راح نموتهم سايفر.
Knows how big now. Boss. I'm gonna make him give back our past. Take back everything that we've lost. And I won't rest until we do.
Approaching Mother Base.
شوف يعني الحين مثلا بيج بوس ما تكلم ولا قال شيء. يعني مشهد تقهرك شوي يعني بالعادة تسمع بيج بوس يتكلم.
I don't know how long it'll take, but I'll make it bigger, better than before.
اعتمد عليك يا كاز.
God, what should I do? Boss, tell me like you used to.
احنا بنبدا يعطينا الحين تدريب اول شيء شلون نبدا ننظم الجنود معنا. ابيسود 2 دايموند دوغز. كاسكب
Things
have changed,
boss. We pull in money, recruits, just to combat Cypher. Rubbing our noses in bloody battlefield dirt. All for revenge. The world calls for wet work, and we answer. No greater good. No just cause.
Revenge.
Cause. Cypher sent us to hell. But we're going even deeper. I know. I'm already a demon. Heaven's not my kind of place anyway.
بشويش عليه يا كاز.
Dogs of war for 9 whole years. That ends today. Now you're not sleeping, and we're not junkyard hounds. We're diamond dogs.
ارتاح بس خل عنك الهيط.
Let them talk. We can crush Cypher, boss. And you can build the army that can do it. Just one thing, Kaz. This isn't about the past. We're fighting for the future.
ارتاح تعود من ابليس قل لا اله الا الله نملك شوي عين الله خيرك ساعتها نتكلم. وصلت.
Foster, you came. This base belongs to you now. Make Diamond Dogs the force it deserves. Like any organization, we need good people, and we need to make good use of their talents. Miller asked me to lay that out for you.
fault recovery.
Start bringing people in. Use this. It's a Fulton recovery device. When you're in the field, use it to extract any soldiers or prisoners you want back here. And we'll see if we can persuade them to join the ranks of Diamond Dogs. Go on. Test it out on the staff here. Anyone you want. First, put them to sleep. You have a tranquilizer gun, don't you?
حلو.
Out like a light. Now approach him and extract him.
بس بلحظة سوي شي
That won't work.
ما ينام.
I've had drug resistance training.
بدي يدوخ. ايش لا لي لو لي لو ومع البيتريتس. طيب زي كذا. ما تطفش من ذي.
Extraction complete.
Arrived at Mother
And only
Base.
Fulton recover someone if they're not resisting. No dead bodies either. They don't make great recruits. The staff member you just extracted will be assigned to the team best suited to his abilities. See for yourself. Open your eye droid. Select staff management. So that staff member was placed on the R&D team. The R&D team is in charge of developing all kinds of weapons and items that will support you on missions. Take a look at the development list. Select weapons items under the development heading.
حلو.
Please
That's the
specify
R&D
project.
team's development list. See the item called cardboard box? Didn't seem much use to me, but Miller was adamant that you'd want it on the list. The last word in infiltration technology. Or so he said. In any case, we don't have the
Yeah,
manpower
kid,
to
that's-
develop it just yet. We need more staff on the team. Go extract
Right.
a few more people. You
طيب
can also Fulton extract individuals you've knocked out. Why don't you try
زي
it out?
هذا.
Show them how it's done, boss.
كذا.
Extraction arrived at
One
Mother
thing I
Base.
should mention, a Fulton extraction won't always be successful. If the person is injured, the
Extraction
shock of it could
arrived
kill
at
them.
Mother
And if
Base.
the weather's unfavorable, well,
Unit function
could end up
added.
going missing.
Development
You can determine the
project
chance
has
of
been
success
added.
by approaching the person you want to extract. If you want to be sure you can get them out, best carry them to the chopper instead. Select weapons items under the development heading.
يعرف.
Specify
Now select
project.
cardboard box and start development. Just be
Right.
aware that development has finished.
اوكي. لازم سبلاي
Please
drop.
supplies
You can have the
requested.
support unit supply you with weapons and
Supply
items to
drop
develop.
complete.
Think of it as your own personal delivery service.
ايه ضل يستخدم شيء. هل يتصير ولا لا؟ هاي لحظة الحين. الحين.
Tell you. When you and there it is. Not sure what it's
Yep.
good for, but Miller said you know what to do. Try it out.
ايه ما عليك.
One last thing. The staff members you extracted were all placed on the R&D team, but that was Miller's decision. If you think they belong somewhere else, you're free to move them around. Well, that about does it.
Mission
You won't
info
make any
has been
changes to
updated.
find recruits hanging around here.
طيب.
The chopper when
Please
they're ready.
landing zone confirmed.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
Stay
من احدى الاشياء اللي كذا.
This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
الحين وش بلاهم ذول؟ كل واحد بينهم مهبل يستانس على انه بيج بوس يضربه. ابعدوا عني انتم. من عمكم هنا السلام.
Gaining altitude.
باي. هذا ما الشيء الزين اللي صلحوه من بيس واكر. بيس واكر كان لازم انت تحرك كل جندي. الجزء هذا لا، ميلر هو اللي ضبطهم. ف شيء والله كويس.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
واو وش الاشياء اللي ديفلوبمنت جتني. سي 4 ديزرت فاكس اس في سنيكينج سبيكر. ممتاز. ستارتنج بلا بلا بلا. حلو. عندنا اخذنا كم كسة تيبس نقدر نستفيد منهن. cardboard box. يبدو يقول last technique in sneaking technology. هذا عاد اوسط ما ادري في الطبخة ولا بس بشوف بيج بوس استخدمت الصندوق. لا. يب. الحين نقدر الحين نرجع لأفغانستان إذا بغينا.
Boss, I know you haven't been back long, but I prepared a list of missions for you.
هيدا
Open your iDroid.
ممتاز.
Please
View
select
mission.
a mission.
I've taken the job offers Diamond Dogs has received and made a list of those I want you to consider. Which ones you accept is your call. The
حلو.
objectives of the missions I've added are prisoner rescue, facility sabotage, and high-value target elimination. Probably all a walk in the park for you, but they should help you get back on your feet. I
حلو.
put the mission details on a cassette tape. Refer to it if you decide to accept the mission. We'll receive
Mumtaz.
GMP for completing missions, and extracting soldiers and prisoners will boost our ranks. Building up Mother Base is the first step to achieving our goal. If that means wet work, so be it. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I hope you're rested up, because we're not stopping. Not until the pain is gone. The future of
Mumtaz.
Diamond Dogs is in your hands. We're counting on you, boss.
ولا يهمك يا ميلر. عند الحين هيروز واي eliminate the Spetsnaz detachment commander نبي نضمه معنا destroy the Soviet comms equipment extract engineer. حلو. قبل نبي نروح للمذر بيس. هذه الريوردز كلها اكيد من الاونلاين. accept all yes. هذا والله شو ذولا.
Project has been added. Please
ساعة الكذب عشان
specify
الحين.
project.
اوه واو. هذه جتني من لاني شاري الديفينيتيف اديشن، جت مع كل الاضافات. خلنا نشوف الاسلحة. نبي نطور اكيد المنوم. يس. نبي نحتاج انتل ونحتاج اوكي اصبر. هذه كلها هنا والله اسلحة نقدر نعدل عليها اذا بغينا. لحظة دامي انا هنا قاعد اناظر، خلنا نشغل كاسيت تيب. Briefing.
Osla, I hear they started calling you Shalashashka in Afghanistan. What's that about? You know the term Sharashka? It's slang for a suspicious, hastily thrown together organization. The word became associated with a type of forced labor facility in the Soviet Gulag system. OKB scientists and engineers who'd been convicted of crimes were sent to a Sharashka for forced R&D. The Sharashkas were supervised by Lavrenti Beria of the NKVD, the secret police, under the official name 4th Special Department.
Forced research? That's not very different from what we do here.
Diamond Dogs is different. Everyone here believes in you. Regardless of where they came from or why they're here, they revere you. And they're fighting because it was their choice.
And if it wasn't, they'd leave?
Who knows? That's our reality here, whether it's real or not. If there's another truth, I don't want to know it. All that matters is that's the concept that's taken shape in their heads. The traces of a group ideology, our superstructure, to put it in Marxist terms.
All right. Go on.
Right. So anyway, at some point the enemy started calling me Sharashka. This was after the war in Afghanistan broke out. While I was keeping an eye on you in that hospital, I was also heading up interrogations here. The men I broke gave up their comrades and families, everything they wanted to protect them most. No real cause for it. I just let myself get caught up in the old Russian pride. And suddenly I received the honor of becoming Special Interrogation Advisor to the forced labor camps. But the more men I interrogated, the more people saw me as just that, the interrogator. It helped cover my real objective of keeping you safe.
You went that far for me?
Far enough to keep you alive. I ended up
يعطيه
being
العافية.
pretty well known among the Afghan guerrillas. Some of them would have seen me on the battlefield, and that's how I got the second half of the name. Shashka. It's a sword, a type of saber from the Caucasus. Russian dragoons and Cossacks carried them into battle. Now, the Russian Empire had a general by the name of Fyodor Arturovich Keller. His bravery earned him the nickname Russia's Greatest Shashka. Someone must have known about that, because somewhere along the line, Shashka got stuck on the end of Sharashka. The guerrillas were using the name amongst themselves. By the time I got to hearing about it, pronunciation had wound up as Shalashashka.
So half gulag, half hero sword. It was a perfect fit.
But you see how
عشان كذا
rumors and
أخذ
ideas
الاسم.
about people can get out of hand fast. Once you create a character and put it out there in public mind, it warps and twists with every baseless rumor. And before you know it, all people see are phantoms. In my case, it works out just fine. I'm plenty used to working under aliases.
يب راح اوقف مقطع هنا شباب، يعطيكم الف عافيه على المشاهده. ان شاء الله رجعنا نبدا باللعبه الاساسيه. يلا كان معكم عبد السلام ومع السلامه.